Everybody, welcome back. It's business, and we've got the 2-year anniversary of World of Warships. I'll be going over some of those benefits for everybody here in just a second. First things first, though, this will be an interesting little match with the curve first. As you can see, there's a Des Moines right there, and if you take a look at the panel on the right, you'll see that there's 2 Des Moines Zoins and a Shimakaze, and they're in the division, and they're all sitting right there. So there's the other Des Moines, but we just obviously saw the first one blast the hell out of the island, and my spotter is coming down, but I just got the right spot there. It's just a matter of dispersion following through, and that rear turret. Damn. That's a great way to start a match, and especially when you have carriers involved, because that just frees up a whole lot more space, well, potentially, for that carrier on your team to operate. The problem being that there's still one more there's still one more Des Moines to take care of, and we got some shells coming in with our Yamato buddy. That Azumo took a huge hit from A, and then we pretty much teamed up and knocked that dude out pretty quickly for what remained of his health, or well, damn near close to it at least. Always mention this, but German turtleback armor is not as good at range. Nice 30k salvo there against the Friedrich. I've been able to hit a curve first with the Montana. I think it was like 19 or 21 kilometers away on Tears of the Desert, and I only got one Citadel, but it did 41,000 damage to him, and I'm pretty sure that was all, if I remember correctly, all the shells landed between the bow of the ship and the B turret, if I'm not mistaken. So one of those shells penetrated and hit the Citadel below one of the turrets. That's pretty damn good. Now I was super worried here that after I fired against the rune, the Shimakaze would come out and torp the hell out of me, and I'd have no way to respond to him. And luckily, as I started to crest around the island, he started to come forward. We got all of our guns and turrets exactly where we need, and there it goes. And we're gonna get to a hot topic about battleship AP and how that interacts with destroyers here in just a second, because apparently they're changing how BBAP works against destroyers, and apparently it's basically centering around reducing the amount of shell penetrations, regular shell penetrations you can get against them. And there we go, 3 for 3 of dev strikes against that division, which is pretty damn awesome. I've got some opinions about that, of course, but we'll get to that in a second. We'll let this match finish up. So I am intentionally beaching here because I know there's a destroyer up around this island at the bend. What I wasn't paying attention to was the rune coming back. What I didn't want to run into here was an ambush situation for the DD against me without me having my guns ready. I may be beached, but if he has to come around against me, at least there will be a bunch of other ships here to shoot. And shit, I got a triple fire set on me from the enemy Essex. But at the very least, I would be able to fire back at him before he had his torps kill me. So luckily, the rune only had one torp managed to not hit the island in the shallow water, so we got super lucky there. But anyways, the anniversary event, you get a bunch of these special flags. I can't wait to get those for every 1,000 battles played, so should get 60 of each, so I'm happy about that. You can get a premium account per day, 25 of the anniversary consumables. That's that starts on the 15th. The first one's the 14th, but and that's automatically given. But on the 15th, you have to win one match in basically any ship tier 4 or higher, and you get a day of premium time, and you get 25 of the anniversary camos, which is good. And then if you have tier 10 ships, if you don't even have to win in these, you just play them, and you'll get a super container for each ship, and you only get it once, obviously, but I'm really hoping that I'll be able to get 10 super containers, so that's good. But I'm hoping that I can get some more of those special signal flags, because I've got a lot of captains that I need to work on, and especially like Jack Dunkirk, to try to, get him up to par. So I didn't see that I lost one of my port side torpedo tubes, so that really sucked here, and it could have been really worse, but we'll see how that goes. I got my curve first buddy here on my right. We're dealing with the Hindenburg directly in front of us, and two decently healthy curve firsts, as we see there, so got our work cut out for us here. But going back to the battleship AP thing, all I've read about for quite a while now when it comes to this is how overpowered and excessively effective battleship AP is against destroyers. Now, at range, I would say that at range of like beyond, say, I don't know, 10 kilometers, you shouldn't be able to get a regular shell pen on. I think that would be an interesting, or like a good compromise. But the closer you get, the higher the risk versus reward should be. And how the hell I didn't get deleted there, I'll have no idea. But Zao troll armor in full effect. And just remember, guys, cruisers always have it so hard. Please. At tier 10, that's not the case. I mean, you pretty much pick on battleships all day. Yeah, but it just depends on the situation. But anyways, I think that if you're closing in on the battleship, if you're not expecting to get deleted, then you're being completely unreasonable. And the reason I say that is because that battleship sure as hell is expecting to get deleted. So why wouldn't you expect that? At that point, I don't even give a damn if it's HE or AP. You should take massive damage if you're closing in and getting like nearly point blank against the battleship, because your odds of the torpedoes hitting is drastically increasing, as should his chances of hitting you. That's perfectly fair. If you're at range, and you know the disadvantage for a battleship is that he's going to be spotted. Like say it's a Shimikaze versus a Yamato. The Shimikaze is always going to keep that guy spotted, and the thing is that he can launch those torps from well outside a detection range, and there's always the deletion possibility there. So I think it's perfectly fair that if you're launching torps at like 9-10 kilometers and you get spotted, well, you have probably a pretty good chance of those torps hitting. He should have a pretty good chance of his shells hitting you. That's just how it should be. So, but the thing is now with the Royal Navy battleships, I've been using HE a lot more against destroyers in those specific ships, and while I freely admit that the HE on the Royal Navy battleships is overdone, I've had the same fucking complaints about the HE. When I hit a guy with 2 shells and it does, 3,200 damage or whatever the case may be, and breaks half of his ship. So my question is, what the hell is the compromise that people are actually looking for? Or are they actually even interested in the compromise at all? People always want to point out battleships as being, wham babies, whatever they call them on the various forums. I mean, I don't really give a shit about that, but I think people have been very, very unreasonable about this particular thing, and not everything has been a nerf to destroyers, just like not everything has been a buff to battleships. And is it easy playing the destroyer? No, of course not. Is it easy playing the battleship? No, it definitely isn't. If it were easy playing the fucking battleship, I'd be winning almost all of my games. And I'm not sure if you've seen the stream lately, but that is so far from the case. Like, I can pull huge damage games and things like that, and we are nowhere near winning. Nowhere even being close to competitive in a match. Part of that is because battleships, a lot of players, they don't get involved, or they get involved and only use their one heal, and that's right when they're dying. Or, destroyers run off and get wrecked. There's an enemy carrier in the match, and they still choose to run straight ahead to get nuked. I mean, come on. And then there's shit like this. Remember in the What the Hack edition about you know, there's going to be more and more people complaining about hacks, and this guy is literally sitting here in his smoke, and you can't really see it, but this is a better angle. He sits exactly still, just perfectly in place here, and just firing over and over and over again. So what have you seen here on this channel and in the stream and stuff like that? When people do that, you get hit. It's really easy to zero in because you just shoot where you see the flashes coming from, and the longer you sit there, the easier it is to zero in on the target. So there's a few ships that are paying attention to this, and bless their hearts, they're actually taking shots at them. And that turns out to be something that this particular gentleman here just can't seem to function with. He does not like this at all. And this chat fucking blew up about this. Nice hacks. Like, I mean, give me a break, dude. Oh my god, we had so much fun with this in this game. After this guy just blew a gasket, and everybody was just dogging on him on both sides. It was so funny, but he just apparently didn't understand after however many thousands of games that you don't sit still in smoke firing away. Not while people have their guns aimed at you. You gotta drift a little, you know, move back and forth, and like, I wish I could make that shit up, but unfortunately I can't. Yeah, it's so stupid. And again, that's why I'm never gonna play the Royal Navy cruiser line. It's too dependent on smoke, and I just have no interest in that at all. So, this match, this one pissed me off a bit too. So, here I am at A, getting helped out by my friendly neighborhood Shimikaze, and I'm trying to help him out by providing some air cover. There's a shitload of destroyers in this match, and pretty much all of them are over here at A. And so, you know, recognizing that at the start, providing air cover to some degree, you know, a blanket of some sort of security to help these guys out while they try to keep the enemy destroyers spotted, and etc, etc. It's huge. It makes or breaks a game. So I figured that's where the enemy carrier is going to be focusing his attention, so I wanted to stay around here. Well, our carrier tells me to stop shooting planes down because he wants clear skies. What the fuck? Like, I don't care about your mission. I want to win, and I want to help my teammates out. Yeah, he's shooting down a lot of planes, but that's not going to stop me from doing what I should be doing. And that's something, again, I've seen this a couple times so far. Thankfully, not much when it comes to the Yamamoto campaign missions. It's not my fault if you can't earn clear skies. You know, either you earn it or you don't. Change to a different mission, repeat a mission. Like the credits or the XP after modifier stuff, keep doing those over and over again. It's not that hard. You should be able to do 3 or 4 of those rather quickly. And, you know, especially if you're running premium account. And, I mean, hell, all you have to do is play the Missouri. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, that's the best damn credit earner there is. But I just... That really pissed me off, and I just thought it was ridiculous that, like, I've heard of that, and I've seen that in, like, various World of Tanks videos, but to finally see it in this, my whole thing is, if you've got to be given an achievement, then it's not really worth anything, and that's exactly why I'm actually really glad that I haven't had a Solo Warrior yet, because I want to earn it the way, I mean, it's completely circumstantial, but if I can get into a situation where I can earn it the way I want to, which is killing, like, literally being the last person alive on the team, or I'm sorry, in the match, where I've actually killed everybody that remained, then that's the way I want to do it. And, you know, the clear skies, I haven't had that in nearly 2 years. It's been nearly 2 fucking years since I last got that achievement. Like, it's... Like, I play the Des Moines a lot. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's not my fault. They just don't fly near me when I'm playing the Des Moines. I don't think I've even shot down 30 planes in that yet. But, whatever. Anyways, I did complete the 3rd week of the Yamamoto campaign. Got the super containers, and I can't remember what I got, but at the very least it wasn't one of those stupid special modules that I don't need anymore. So that's good. This was a really fun game, which was... It was sad because this could have turned out totally different, and I'll show you why in a second. If you just take a look at the minimap, you can see exactly what the problem is in our spawn. But the Z-46, pretty interesting ship. I do like it. Having 2 rear turrets is certainly a bit problematic, though. That part sucks. But, you know, as opposed to the Z-52, you know, it's got the 2 turrets up front. And we get a number of torps there against the Bismarck, so that's a good start. Have a... what is this, the Tashkent? I can't even tell. So we got the AP rolling against him. The AP on this is really strong against other destroyers, and even against, what is it, like Zhaos and things like that. I've had some pretty damn good damage salvos against those guys with the AP, but... You know, seeing 4,000, 4,300 damage from this is really good. But unfortunately, we lost our destroyer right there, so that's no good. Now, there is an Amagi that's creeping around back here, and yeah, I sense an opportunity. So I'm stalking him, creeping up nice and close. This is the best possible angle of attack. He's got his turrets facing the wrong way. Any way he turns, he's pretty much screwed. He's going to eat all the torps. So I just have to deal with his secondaries. And get the first set away. I wanted to wait a sec. Just get a little closer. German torpedoes. But I do 5,200 damage with my AP point blank. Hey, that's good enough for me, man. 135,000 damage at this point. I'm happy. That same Bismarck. Doink and doink. Another 24,000 damage there. And unfortunately, even though you see me getting a torp here on the Montana and another one on the Moskva, there is a problem with the fact that the enemy Zhao is preventing me from being able to get on the flank of these guys and being much more effective with the torps. But if we had this curve first on our team that wasn't AFK, I think we could have really turned that around. So I was very, very disappointed by that, but them's the bricks, right? Nice little drop here, I guess. I mean, I don't really know what the hell this guy was planning on doing with that torpedo spread, but he made it nice and easy for me. But I thought that was a funny drop. But our last clip will be against the Conqueror here in the Des Moines. And I've been testing against the Conqueror in training room. Got to go hard body karate against this guy who beached and had been pretty much stationary for the most part for the last few minutes. It's already been a good match, and basically I'm going to try to, if I can get around this backside, going to shoot right into the flat spot of the rear of the Conqueror. Should be able to pen that pretty easily, and otherwise I'm going to aim into the superstructure and into where the deck meets the side. So just like I would against the German ship, and he is apparently using the 457mm option here, so going for the fire chance. Really surprised he didn't do more damage to me, but yeah, it's a bit too late for this guy, so let's basically do a live test of the AP against the Conqueror with the Des Moines. Now, I'm just going to leave in closing with the question again to you guys. What's the compromise? Where's the point of balance here of battleship AP versus destroyers? I play destroyers, I play cruisers, I play battleships. I try to play them actually somewhat evenly, especially nowadays at tier 10. And I'm fine with it the way it currently is. But I could tell you that even if they remove the ability to have or reduce the ability of shell pens, like the 33% damage shells as opposed to overpens being 10%, I'm still going to go for the guaranteed damage. Overpens are hugely valuable against destroyers. You don't know when you're going to see that destroyer again, so go for the guarantee. Module damage is bullshit. HE needs to be reworked, and then you can address AP, in my opinion. But thank you for watching today, guys. Sure, we'll have an interesting discussion in the comments below, and I will see you back here next time. Take care.